Hey guys, how's it going? So I want to take a moment and go over which Bluetooth OBD2 reader I bought for a Subaru Forester. This is the little guy right here. And let's talk a little bit about how to use it and how it comes and unbox it. It's a good little unit. It feels pretty good, nice weight. It's a good size and I'm really happy with it. It has a pretty good price point. I paid, I believe, $22. Of course, the price could change with time. And this unit that I'm using is only compatible with Android devices. So that's something you need to know. For a few bucks more, I think it's like 26 bucks, you can buy one that is compatible with Apple products. And I know there's a lot of people out there that have Apple phones, so you might want to check that out on their website. This is called, I don't really know how to pronounce it. I call it BAFX. It's BAFX Products OBD2 Diagnostic Interface. And I haven't had any problems with it. It seems to be working really good. Like I said, I like the feel of it. It seems to be pretty well built, and it pairs really easily with my device. I have a Samsung Galaxy phone. I don't have any problems with it. And the speed for communication with your car seems to be really good as well. Like when I'm driving, as some of the numbers change, temperature, things like that, it seems to be really fast, if not almost immediate. So I'd recommend it. I think it's a good price point. It's half the cost of some of the others out there that people like to use. So depending upon what you're buying this for, you can access a whole lot of different parameters in your car. It just really depends upon what app you buy and pair your OBD2 reader with. There's a whole lot of apps available on like Google Play Store. You search around a little bit, you'll find just a plethora of them. So I chose to use the Subaru specific active OBD2, and it worked really well. I'll show you that in just a minute. For me, prior to buying this OBD2 reader, I had never used one before, and I knew I needed to do a CVT transmission fluid change on my car. I just needed to know the CVT fluid temperature. And I also wanted to know the CVT fluid deterioration percentage, but I didn't know how to do it. And I was kind of meandering through information online, trying to figure out, okay, what app do I need? What Bluetooth reader do I need? How do I do this? I can't figure it out. Well, this is your answer. You can spend about 22 bucks on this and then download a free app and you're good to go. So I'll show you how to access that info in this video. So I just want to take a moment and show you how it comes packaged and how it works and getting it installed and paired up to your device. It's really quite easy, so let's take a look. This is the Bluetooth OBD2 reader I purchased. It's the BAFX Products. I don't know if there's a way to pronounce that, maybe like BAFX, but BAFX Products, the Bluetooth OBD2 reader. Comes in this nice little box here. This particular one is for Android and Windows. I will show you the one that you can get to work on Apple products. And it comes in a pretty nice little box here. It comes with a 2-year warranty, and they are supposed to have really good customer service based on all the reviews I read on it. I haven't had to call them myself. And it's supposed to be compatible with most vehicles that are model year after 1996. So this normally comes taped up real nice. Of course, I've already been into mine. There you are again, with a little note to check out their support videos to help you get set up. And here it says that they'd like you to leave a review, and if you have trouble, to contact them. When you open this up, you'll get your instructions here, and then there's the reader. Now, when I got mine, this was a little bit odd. I was kind of worried like if I got a used product or not, but this shiny area actually has a brand new piece of plastic on it that I peeled off, and the unit looks in great shape. The pins are good, but the reason I said I wondered if I got a used unit was because this is the condition of the cardboard on the inside of the box. I don't know if someone just smashed the reader in there or not, but I saw that and I was kind of like, huh, that's weird. But anyway, the thing works fine. So there's that. We can take a quick look at the instructions here. This little pamphlet they give you. There's a lot of information in here that's really useful. This is important when you go to pair with your reader. You're going to need this code 1234. Pretty simple. First off, they're going to tell you, hey, you need to go to the Google Play Store and search for Torque OBD2. They recommend that you get the Torque Lite app first, which I did, but I didn't really care for the app myself. It wasn't the most user-friendly app. And they want you to try that out first. So I did that. I downloaded that and got the phone paired up, and found that the reader was working just fine. They'll tell you to turn on your vehicle and you'll pair with the device, and a couple of troubleshooting tips here. And there's plenty of info. I never had any problem getting it paired and using it. This is pretty cool here. So they actually give you a list of other app options. The Torque Pro and Lite are the first ones. Dash Command, OBD Car Doctor, Auto Doctor, Fusion. There's a whole lot of different options there for you. And remember, I'm using this on a Subaru Forester, and I knew that there was a specific Subaru app for that. It's called Active OBD, and I downloaded that, and it pairs up really quickly and works really, really well. So I'm happy with that. On this other side, they've got a bunch of troubleshooting. I'm not going to get into that. I didn't have any problems. And I thought this was kind of interesting here. It says, for heavy-duty vehicles such as semis, tractors, excavators, your OBD reader can also be used with these if they use the J1939 protocol. That's kind of cool. I'm not sure if I'll use this, but it could come in handy. And then this middle piece here is just all about warranty. Pretty much you have a 2-year warranty. I doubt that anything's going to be wrong. I'm sure it's always possible for someone to get a lemon, but I mean, that's just how things go nowadays. So okay, now I want to show you how to install the Bluetooth reader and get it connected to your app. Okay, so you just need to go underneath your dashboard on the driver's side, and you'll see this little plug-in here, and that's for the OBD2 reader. So you're just gonna gently plug that in, wiggle it all the way on. Okay, and I think you'll see that there's a little red light on, and that's what you want. And then you're gonna need to go to your phone and get it connected. Okay, so make sure that you turn on your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi, and the Bluetooth is going to start searching. You can turn your car on to the battery position. And then the Bluetooth pairing request comes up. And if you look in the instructions, it tells you you should put in 1234. And it's paired. So here's the Torque Lite app that they tell you to use. I didn't really care for the layout. As you go into the settings, you'll see that they have a whole lot of different parameters that you can put in. This is quite impressive with how much is there. And I'm not going to go through and check each one of these. You can check fault codes. But anyway, I want to show you the Subaru Active OBD app. So I'm going to close this one and then go to that. You're going to want to go to the Play Store and then do search for Subaru OBD. And then the third one down says Active OBD for Subaru. That's the one you want. I've already got it installed, but that's what you're going to be looking for. I'm going to close that and actually go to the app itself. Here it is. Usually it takes a second. for it to connect. Looks like it already is. Really cool with the oil temperature. It says 147 degrees. That's the same temperature I'm seeing right now on my dashboard. So scroll all the way over to the left. It's going to show you any trouble codes. Hit refresh to show updates, and nothing comes up. I don't have any engine lights on or anything. You can go through here and get a bunch of stuff that you want to log. If I go over one more, you'll see the coolant temperature and engine oil being tracked. This is the main page. You'll see the coolant temperature, the oil temperature, and then also like the percent of power, I believe, that's going to each tire, and the CVT gear ratio, I believe, is what that is. If I go over one more, you'll see the AT oil. That's your CVT oil temperature. If you hit it, it'll kind of expand a little bit. So I can see I'm at 131 degrees. That's what I needed to know for doing the CVT transmission fluid change. Some of the other parameters you can look at are air inlet temperature and intake manifold air temperature. Your catalytic converter temperature is down here at the bottom. Next page over. Fuel level is 92%. Fuel consumption, we're not moving yet. And ignition advance multiplier, this starts to get a little bit more technical. I think that's going to show you if you have any sort of knocking going on or anything. Showing the live ignition total timing. For me personally, I don't need any of this information. So this is pretty cool. If you go over one more page, you'll see that it shows you your battery voltage and the CVT fluid deterioration rate at 6.46%. When I did my CVT fluid change, I think it was at 6.29, so it's gone up a little bit, and I don't know how to reset it. I could not find a way to do it. And that's the last page to the right. If I click on menu, it looks like you can maybe change a few settings. Gives you quite a bit of options that you can change for your own needs. So I'm going to go ahead and go and drive, and we can kind of see what it does. I just put it in drive. You'll see kind of what it's doing. And here we go. As I'm driving, you can see the catalytic converter temperatures going up. Transmission temperatures going up. And there doesn't seem to be any lag. I know I was a little concerned if this was slow at all. It seems to be really fast actually, because I can watch, for example, my oil temperature change, and it changes on the app at the same time. So they seem to be talking to each other pretty well, pretty quickly. Okay, so if you Google BAFX OBD2, you will find that it is sold on Amazon. And if you click on that, you'll see that it's $22.98. I found that if you go directly to their website, right here, it is $21.99, so you could save yourself $1. And for me, when I put it in my cart, it was free shipping. So remember, this one here is for Android and Windows devices only. They have a second one for Apple products. If you go to their menu and then go to automotive, scroll down a little bit, you're going to see both of them right there. The one on the left is for Android devices. The one on the right is for Apple products. You can click on that and you will see it is $25.99, and I'm assuming that is free shipping as well. You just need to put it in your cart to find out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped somebody out. Hit that subscribe button if you like it. I'm planning to bring out a few more maintenance related videos on this Subaru Forester. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below and I will definitely try to get to them. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Take care.